Everyone's hyped for the Summer I Turned Pretty movie. Except me. Prime Video's The Summer I Turned Pretty has been one of the biggest teen dramas of the last 3 years, captivating millions of viewers with its mix of romance, heartbreak, and sun-soaked nostalgia. On Wednesday, September 17th, the hit series aired its highly anticipated series finale, closing the book on a story that had become a cultural phenomenon. For many fans, the ending was bittersweet. After 3 seasons and 11 episodes, Belly Conklin, played by Lola Tung, finally found her way to Conrad Fisher, Christopher Briney, cementing the love story that so many had predicted from the beginning. The finale tied up loose ends, gave closure to a years-long love triangle, and left audiences swooning. But for others, including myself, the finale also brought something else: relief. A 3-year journey from the start, The Summer I Turned Pretty promised more than just another teen romance. Based on Jenny Han's best-selling book trilogy, the series explored themes of love, friendship, family, and identity. Belly's summers in Cousins Beach, spent alongside the Fisher brothers, Conrad and Jeremiah, Gavin Casalegno, became the backdrop for a coming-of-age story that felt both dreamy and relatable. Season 1 introduced Belly's long-standing crush on Conrad, the brooding older brother who had been in her life for as long as she could remember. But when Conrad's feelings didn't align with hers, Belly found unexpected affection from Jeremiah, creating a love triangle that would dominate the narrative for the next 2 seasons. Season 2 expanded the emotional stakes, with grief, misunderstandings, and shifting dynamics testing Belly's relationships. By Season 3, the story had become as much about growing up and moving on as it was about choosing between 2 brothers. Through it all, audiences stayed hooked. Weekly discussions on TikTok, Twitter, now X, and Reddit turned each episode into an event. Fan theories flourished. Cast interviews were dissected for hints. It became more than just a show, it was a ritual. The finale. Closure at last. When the final credits rolled on the September 17th finale, there was a collective sigh across the fandom. For some, it was heartbreak. For others, it was satisfaction. And for many, it was simply relief. The love triangle that stretched over 3 years had finally resolved. Belly and Conrad's romance, the so-called endgame, was confirmed, just as fans of the books had expected. Jeremiah, while heartbroken, was portrayed with enough depth and dignity to suggest he'd eventually find happiness of his own. Most importantly, the show gave viewers a sense of closure. After years of waiting, theorizing, and worrying about spoilers every Wednesday, audiences could finally move on. The twist: a movie is coming, but just as fans were beginning to process the end, another announcement landed. The Summer I Turned Pretty wasn't over after all. Jenny Han herself confirmed during a special finale celebration in Paris that a feature film was in development. Described as the final chapter, the upcoming movie will serve as the ultimate conclusion to Belly's story. Han didn't share many details, but she did confirm that the film won't be released for at least another year. The reveal sparked immediate excitement online. Social media lit up with fans sharing theories about what the movie could cover. Would it be an adaptation of Han's We'll Always Have Summer, the final book in the trilogy? Would it explore Belly and Conrad's relationship post-series? Or would it offer new material not covered in the books? For die-hard fans, the announcement was thrilling, a chance to spend more time with beloved characters. For others, though, it raised a different question: what else is there to tell? The fatigue factor here's where my personal reaction diverges from much of the fandom. While I loved the show enough to tune in every week and even rearrange my schedule around new episodes, I couldn't help but feel exhausted by the end. The love triangle was always compelling, but by Season 3, it had also become draining. Each week brought another round of debates online. Team Conrad versus Team Jeremiah. Each Wednesday meant dodging spoilers, navigating endless TikTok edits, and scrolling through think pieces about what Belly should do. By the time the finale aired, I felt ready to step away. The story had reached its natural conclusion. Stretching it further, even for a movie, felt less like a gift and more like prolonging an obsession I was finally ready to put behind me. And I know I'm not alone. Some fans online echoed similar sentiments, that while they were grateful for the series, They were also ready to move on to other stories. Why the movie still matters. That said, there's no denying the cultural impact of The Summer I Turned Pretty. The series revitalized teen romance on television at a time when gritty dramas and fantasy epics dominated the streaming landscape. It gave young audiences a show that felt fresh yet nostalgic, echoing the vibes of the OC and One Tree Hill while carving out its own identity. The movie, if executed well, could provide the definitive conclusion fans crave. Jenny Han has promised this will be the final chapter, which means the story might finally get the sense of completeness the trilogy deserves. For book readers, this could be the adaptation of We'll Always Have Summer they've been waiting for. It's also worth noting that the cast, particularly Lola Tung and Christopher Briney, has become a major draw in their own right. Their chemistry carried much of the show, and a movie could give them the opportunity to shine one last time in roles that defined their early careers. The bigger picture, whether you're hyped for the movie or like me feeling a little drained, one thing is clear: The Summer I Turned Pretty has left a lasting mark. It's not just about Belly and Conrad's love story. It's about the way the show captured a generation's imagination, sparking conversations, debates, and community. When the movie eventually arrives, it will almost certainly be a cultural event, one last chance for fans to gather, theorize, and swoon. And when it ends, maybe then the fandom and I will finally be ready to say goodbye. Until then, all 3 seasons of The Summer I Turned Pretty are available to stream now on Prime Video. So please like, comment, and share, and subscribe my channel.